Now we fix that. We're not gonna go minus or negative. If I reload that, will do that for me. Now if I try to reload that, it will not gonna reload it. See, it's not reloading it. But if it goes lesser, I can then reload it. Reload it. Now if there is no clip, it will not gonna reload it. So there's one clip left. There's 0 clip left, and if I try to reload it, I can't reload it. Oops. Okay. Alright, there's one more thing missing, guys, if you notice, and that's the SFX, that's the sound effects I'm talking about. So you can find it over to the internet, or interestingly, I created my own sound effects, and that's this. It's funny. Yeah, I've created my own. Just go to, yeah, there you go. Just search for the sound recorder. Yeah, there you go. Just record anything what you want to record, and then you will have that file. Computer is going crazy. Anyway, so let's reload. I'm not gonna play, it's just horrible. Alright, never mind. Okay, so these are the, yeah, I've cut it. Actually, you want to make sure that you don't have a long pause in it, which is this. You saw that it plays after 1 second. You don't want to have this big, so just find a MP3 cutter software that's gonna cut it for you. So I just went on to mp3cut.net, which does that online, and I made it as short. So I'm gonna apply that, so it's gonna add more realistic now. So I need one more public variable this time, public var, and that's gonna be able to store the audio clip for us. Now shoot audio is gonna be clip. Yep. Similarly, I'm gonna have one more. Just copy and paste if you want to. Audio is gonna be audio clip. Yeah, perfect. Now shoot audio, copy that. I want to play it only up here. Audio dot play one shot, and then it's gonna be this. So yeah, we're playing the animation, we're applying the sound effects to it. Also, even in here, let's say audio dot play one shot, not on awake, one shot. It's gonna be reload audio, if I spell it right. Yeah. Oops, I didn't assign it. Okay, where's the shooting point? Yeah, it's empty. It's gonna be the shooting and the reloading. Okay. Alright, I got an exception saying I don't have a audio source. So I'm gonna add it exactly to the shooting point. Go to add component, audio, and then audio source. Alright, if I'm gonna play it, plays fine. But when I'm gonna reload, yeah, playing fine actually. You see that? It's going complete crazy. Actually, it's because I didn't add a fire rate to that, alright? So it's acting like a machine gun. I just keep on firing any number of times. I just keep on doing that, and that's crazy. So we need to add a fire rate to that. Alright, so I'm gonna have a timer here, but before that we need some more variables. Now I'm making it private. Why is that? Because there is no need for them to be public. So it's gonna be timer. It's gonna be, of course, float, and it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be 0. It will be dependent on the fire rate. So also one more is gonna be a boolean war, and it's gonna be is shooting. It's gonna be boolean. It's gonna be false. False. Yeah, there you go. It's gonna be private war is reloading. And no, there you go. Now we're gonna have the timer, which is 0, or I didn't set it to 0. Forget it. Okay. So now as soon as we shoot, I want to set that is shooting is equals to true, so that you cannot shoot it again unless and until the time passed. So I'm gonna check to see is shooting. If it's shooting, yeah, we'll start the timer as timer is equals to fire rate, if that's what I wrote. Yeah, fire rate. And sorry, not up here, actually it's gonna be at the start, because if I do that up there, we'll just every time apply the same value to it. So now here I wanna do is this time, the delta time, I wanna decrease that, so it will act as a counter. It will decrease that. It's like it's gonna go like 4 3 2 1 and boom, time's up. So once the time is up, shooting is true, then I will decrease it. I'm gonna then check here that if timer is less than 0, if the time is really up, you want to set is shooting is equal to false. You'll understand what I mean in here. So here I'm checking one more thing, and that's important, and that is shooting should be false. Alright, this is the way of showing it if you know what I mean, or else you can just say as false, 2 equal sign. Alright, so if we're not shooting, so this is same as saying the player hits the fire button and he has bullet and he was not shooting already, so then allow him to shoot. Now once he shoot the gun, then this will be true, so we're not gonna play it again. So then we're gonna be waiting a few milliseconds, that is the timer will keep on passing. The timer will go 0, and once it goes to 0 it will be this. So I think I didn't miss anything. Let's see, we gotta do the same thing for the reload timer too. So if I try to shoot multiple times, okay, I can't because I made it the fire rate to be way too slow. Where's the, yeah, let's reduce actually increase the fire rate to say 5. Yeah, so now I cannot just shoot one after another, and that's really important. Okay, let me see if shooting is true. Timer minus equals, I set the timer yeah. Alright, now it should be working fine, I guess. Firing. See, I cannot fire multiple times now. You saw that? Shit. Because there's one more thing I have to add it, but yeah, this is 100% working fine now. We need to add one more logic to this, and that is when we're reloading, we don't want to shoot. So as soon as we're reloading, I'm gonna say is reloading. By the way, this variable I just created up is equals to true. Yep, that's reloading. Yeah, I created here. So when I check to see, and we are not reloading, so we don't want to shoot when we're reloading. The crazy things just happened right here. So yeah, we checked it. Now there's one more thing. If we're reloading, is reloading, and that's the spelling of it. Yeah. By the way, this means that is reloading equals to it, same as that. So if I don't write that, it just means the same. Alright, for reloading we need one more variable right here that's gonna be public, by the way, so I can just change it. And it's gonna be reload time, like the time it takes for loading, and it's gonna be 0.9, I guess. Yeah, that's gonna be just great. Okay, so as soon as we start reloading, we don't want to shoot, neither we want to reload once again unless and until this operation is done. So for that I'm gonna say timer is equals to, now I'm setting the timer is equals to, or hold on, it's gonna be the reload timer. Okay, I've got two timer here. Now this timer already I'm using it for this shooting, timer. I cannot just assign it once again. So for that I'm gonna wanna have to create one more private variable. Okay. There's gonna be our timer. So from my understanding, float. Yeah. The R timer means the reload timer. So then we wanna have at the very start, I also want to say reload timer is equals to R timer is equal to reload timer, and then the R timer minus equals time delta time, the same thing up there. I'm gonna check to see if the reload timer goes lower than 0. Then I want to set loading is equals to false, and then set the timer back to its max limit. Reload time. Yeah. Okay. Okay, perfect. Let's see. Now at the time of reloading I cannot shoot, neither can I reload it once again. So we'll have to wait for like 9 seconds. See, I'm reloading now. I cannot just shoot. Okay. The timer is too much low. I'm gonna make it 3 seconds. Yeah, it should be working now. So if I reload that, now I cannot shoot. Alright, now the time passes on. Say, now most of the time you want to match the reload time with the animations. So I realized that the reload time is taking too long. I want to 2 seconds should be good. Yeah, it's perfect. So now we got this thing. Now what else we need? Yeah, we need one more important thing, and that's the muzzle flash. Now if you notice here that we're shooting the gun, we're playing the animation, we're playing the sound effects, so it's all looking good. But if you haven't noticed, then there is no muzzle flash coming out of the nozzle of the gun, So for that we're gonna be doing that in a minute. So you know what, we're gonna be creating our own muzzle flash. So for that, open up Paint, and there we want to create a muzzle flash. Now muzzle flash is made up of a 2D, so you want to have a pixel that is the page of the same width and same height. So I'm gonna have, say, 500. Don't go too much for providing that detail. 500 by 500, as you can see, it's completely square. Alright, now since we want to create muzzle flash, now if you go to the Google and you search for muzzle flash to get the basic idea of how they look like, so that you can create on your own, just type in muzzle flash. Now the idea here is not to take this, but to create on our own. So yeah, if you look at this, it looks like a plus. That's what we can make up here in the Paint. So you want to create the muzzle flash, hold down the shift button and then drag it, put it exactly in the middle of it, and then add the color of this. So also one important thing is that don't forget to make the background black, so that act as an transparency. And then just go ahead and save as, make sure the format is PNG, and then call it muzzle flash, and just save it onto the place where your project is situated. Okay, so it will load that automatically. Just search for muzzle flash. There you go. Just take this alpha channel. Here's the thing, I'm gonna be creating a plane, so just go ahead into 3D object and create a plane, not this big obviously, somewhere around this. Rotate it. Yeah, make sure not to rotate it in that direction because you can't see that plane. Make sure it's normal, is focusing on you, I mean in your direction. So I'm gonna make it -90. Alright, that's great. And I'm gonna assign the material. Yeah, you need to first create a material. I'm gonna make new material here. I'm gonna call it my muzzle flash. drag this onto it. And important thing is you need to go to the particles and make it additive, and the texture should be muzzle flash. There you go. Of course I want to reduce down the, I'm gonna name it muzzle flash. I'm gonna smaller down, focus in this. I'm gonna rotate it a bit bigger. I'm gonna duplicate that one more just above it. So make them a complete, create an empty game object that's gonna be the main muzzle flash that's gonna carry both of them into one. Drag them, and now drag this onto the shooting point. Just drag it onto the shooting point right here, so it's a child object of it. Okay, what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna quickly create a variable. Once again, it's gonna be public again. We'll call it public. Public war muzzle flash, and it's gonna be simply a game object. Yeah, is equals to null, whatever. Okay, so make sure at the beginning it's disabled. It's only enable when we fire. So it's gonna say game object that's set active. It's gonna be false. We want to make it disable. We only want to make it enable when we shoot. Okay, so it's just up here. Want to make it available to true. Now it's visible, but again we have made it enable. We want to make it disable right after we're done shooting, exactly in here. But I'm gonna call yield wait for seconds. I'm gonna make it wait for like 0.2 seconds, and then I'm gonna disable. So what's gonna happen in here is, guys, is this: as soon as we shoot, it's gonna play that muzzle flash. I mean, it's gonna activate that, and then it's gonna wait for 2 milliseconds, and then it's gonna deactivate that quickly. So it should be working damn fine. Yeah, we can reduce that down now. 2 seconds is too much. Now I'm gonna make it 1, or you can make it 0.5. It's okay. So let's see. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, so that's done. We want to add one more thing, and that's gonna be a point light. That's gonna give more realistic to that. So click on this and create a point light real quick. It's way too much range. Reduce it down to 5. Actually 5 is too much. I'm gonna reduce it down to 2. Just increase the intensity all the way to the top. Now it won't be noticeable because we have so many lights already in here. I'm gonna disable the lights from the scene if I could. Light, disable that, and also some more light. Yeah, now this light right here. Yeah, it looks good now. It's gonna be up here. I'm gonna color it somewhat orange. Yeah, perfect. You can click on draw halo. It's gonna just reduce down to 1, not 1, 5. Yeah, bring it up there. Yeah, it's perfect. Now just drag it over to the muzzle flash. Alright, drag it inside the muzzle flash so it will be activated only when I shoot. See that now? What is that? What is going on? I don't know. Okay. Alright, I see one thing going on here. There's muzzle flash right here. Plane. Okay, guys, just don't forget to untick this mesh collider. Otherwise it's just gonna be go crazy. Yeah. now it works. So just make sure you disable or just completely remove the mesh collider. Now it looks great. Okay, so we're done with that one. Now the last thing remaining, and that's the particle emitter. That's the particle that we want to emit. That is once we hit any object, right? So what are the particles that I'm gonna be having? So I'm gonna just go over to legacy particle. Yeah, there's a sparks, which is this. Yeah, that's what we're gonna be emitting when we hit the metal. And the blood, where's that? The blood, which I just created. Basically the same as the sparkles. What you're gonna want to have to do is just change the material of it. Say the material right here, I'm gonna be changing it to blood, and it will just react the same as the blood. You know, create two particles. That's gonna be variable. That's gonna be public again. So it's gonna be public war. It's gonna be blood. Oh shit, blood, and it's gonna be particle emitter. Oh, particle emitter is equals to null. Similarly, I'm gonna create the same. I'm gonna call it sparks. Yeah, I want to instantiate these guys when I hit it. So again, if you remember from the example, the point where we're hitting the object, at that point I want to create the particles. So that's what I'm going to be doing quickly. So for that, again, we need this guy, the hit that contains all the information about the RayCast. So I'm going to do right in this. So I'm going to be doing it in here. I'm going to say if it's going to be the hit collider, if I to whatever collider we hit, and I'm going to check to see compare tag. If it's metal, work with a tag in order to identify or differentiate objects. So I'm going to make alright, this guy's right here. I'm going to enable the point light. It's looking ugly. Alright, you can see the metal tag here. If you want to create a new tag, and just go ahead and type and create the tag, whatever you want. Okay, so this is already tagged metal. So if that object is tagged metal, what I want to do is this. I want to instantiate. Yeah, that's the correct spelling of it. The game object, the object they want to instantiate. In this case, I want to instantiate the sparks. Let me check whether the spelling is correct or not. The sparks, yeah. Then the position where I want to actually, you know, emit that particle. In that case, it's gonna be, where is that? Yep, it's gonna be the point where we hit that. So it's gonna be the hit. Again, this guy contains all the information, so it's gonna give us the point where we hit that, and the rotation will be quaternion. Sorry, quarter. I'm just going crazy, you know, because the from to rotation. The direction and to direction. From direction is from where we're hitting, and the sparks direction. Say the from direction is this, from where the bullet is coming, and the to direction is where we wanna you know, face the emitter to. So it's gonna be the direction, and it's gonna be vector 3 dot, oh shit, vector 3 dot forward. Similarly, the same case will apply for copy and paste it, and it's gonna call it enemy. If it's enemy, wanna emit blood. Simple as that. Let's see if we're getting error, or yeah, we got an error. Semicolon. Okay, there's gotta be an extra bracket right here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're good. Don't forget to assign that. Where is the, you just apply that, so we'll save it. Now here's the particle. I'm gonna assign bloody. Oh, what? Okay. Let's just search for blood. Make sure it's the particle system. I was just trying to drag the material itself. Now the sparks. Yeah, the sparks. Let's see now the effect of it. if I'm hitting metal, there you go. Okay, it's, yeah, there's one thing. Look at the blood, bullshit. Okay, there's one thing. I actually was talking about this box, and I don't know, for no reason I just did this. Okay, by the way, this looks much better. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that there is, where is that? Yeah, auto destruct. You want to make sure it's ticked, and now there's nothing you need to know. Just delete that, and we got that fixed. Where is that? There you go. It will go away. It will go away. Okay, now the blood. As far as the blood is concerned, oh, I'll just drag this one actually. The bloods. So if I click here, if I click on that, there you go. The blood coming out. So that's it, guys. That's how you do it. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. In the next video we're going to be creating the another weapon system, that's the X, and it's going to be much more better and cooler than this one. I really hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.